Our project was something we developed that has never been developed before, which was kind of something new we wanted to bring in. It's like a Swiss Army knife hygiene kit. So how many of you brush your teeth every day? Raise your hand. Clear majority. How many people shower here on a regular basis?
Good.
That's good. If you don't, you probably should. So the thing about this is we all have this, we all have to do this. We all have to shower, we all have to take care of our health through hygiene. And this was one way we tackled that problem.
So the first day that we came, we asked for us to combine a bunch of things we use on a daily basis. There were some pretty crazy ideas. So we went kind of towards combining some processes. And the processes that we went with were traveling and hygiene, and we just wanted to kind of make packing easier, because that's always just everything's convoluted and it's a mess. I don't know if that's right. Anyway, we came up and we wanted to make that easier, make it easier to use and make it more compact. And our defiant statement was, okay.
So when we heard from the first session, we were kind of fixing on the idea of hygiene, making it easier for someone traveling or someone who was outside of their home. So we came back with a bunch of really rough prototypes, and we decided before we went any further with these, we needed to define our mission statement. And that was the hygienist looking for convenience, specifically outdoorsmen, needs to be able to function away from home in a compact, user-friendly, multi-use environment. So what we did was we took each rough design and we did the pros, cons, questions, actions we could take with it. And through this, we realized that the Swiss Army knife idea was the one with the most potential. So what we did is we ran with that, and we decided that when we were getting empathy, we were going to get empathy for something to do with that design. And so we sketched out some ideas before we finally moved on to gathering some empathy from outdoorsmen and such.
So we kind of got empathy from 4 different groups of people. We had ourselves, we had Ian, we had Rachel, and we finally went to Outdoor Adventures to get a little bit more information from them. When we kind of originally thought of us, we obviously knew it was something that we all did every day. So it was a big thing for us. We wanted to incorporate that. When we talked to Ian, we did a lot of talking about travel and the different kinds of uses of travel. Rachel provided kind of our first start of all the outdoor stuff. She's a member of the cycling team, and she does weekend trips, and that sparked a little bit of inspiration for us in the fact that bikers can't pack a lot. What they have to take for toiletries and hygiene can't be a lot either. Finally, we went to Outdoor Adventures, and the guys there loved our idea. They actually told us if our idea was real, they would totally buy it. So we found some really good empathy from all 3 of those sources.
Part of this was our final prototype. We had a number of other prototypes. The final prototype was we wanted to make it easy, lightweight, compact, and so what you can do is you can roll out the tools that you use for your hygiene and be able to shave, brush your teeth, comb your hair. There's also a mirror on top. And then you can also store it's called Dr. Bronner's, and it is a multiple use. It can be used for shaving, washing, and that's for the outdoorsmen. And they talked about it at the store, and they said they actually used it even before we decided we wanted to for this project. And so part of this was making sure all of this was it was conserving. So what we did is we made it so that the toothbrush and the razor could be thrown away, but you still retain this actual tool, and it's economical, it's environmental, it adds life.
So, as I'm kind of listening to the presentation, I feel like your test was really, really strong, and your empathy is fairly weak, and that you confuse testing and empathy. So, what I mean is, it seems to me that you rather than going out and talking to a bunch of people about what their problems were and then coming up with a design, you guys came up with a design based on a little bit of self-empathy, and then went out and validated your design by talking to other encounters, which is testing. And I think that validating in that way would be good, but I'm still sort of missing where you really have the strong empathy of the politics. That for me is missing. I think that I think it's a cool design. I think it's interesting. And I think the fact that you validated in the way that you did is actually awesome. So getting the feedback that, hey, if you guys have this today, we would buy it, I think is great. But where I'm struggling a little bit is the germ of the idea. Where did that come?
Where did with our empathy, what we did is we had the object, and what we wanted to do was make it for a traveler. We saw that we all had problems traveling, it needed to be compact, but we needed something more focused. What kind of traveler? Was it a businessman, a person that's going on vacation? And what we looked at was, if you are really going on like a high-class business trip, you probably aren't going to bring something like this. If you are doing, if you are participating in anything like that, you might look at looking for something compact. It's we looked at our product like Nike shoes. They advertise it to the runner, but non-runners still buy the shoe. So this could be bought by people who need it for their suitcase, but what we wanted it for was camping and outdoorsman activities, and that's where we focused our effort.
Yeah, I think that's actually a good statement about the way you're talking about focusing on a certain, you target a certain person and stand outside of that. I saw the exact same thing Ian did, except I saw it in a little bit different way of phrasing it, is that the empathy, what you're calling empathy is, I don't think is empathy, and I don't think empathy is not meant as something that's supposed to support your idea, that go out and validates it, that makes it, okay, yeah, that's great, we would buy it. Empathy is where you go out, and actually the good empathy you could get is where they say, nah, it doesn't really work, I can't use this, because then you can find out, wait, that doesn't really work, or this needs to shift in this direction. So, empathy, the testing can start to be critical, but the empathy is something where you're not really producing, you're not really showing them a design. You're going out just to say, all right, if you're going to go out, and, like you did probably with Rachel, if you're going to go out doing this weekend trip, how do you brush your teeth? How do you comb your hair or whatever? Not an issue for me, of course. So part of the product on me is wasted. But I think the other thing too is that the throwaway capacity of like a razor and a toothbrush on it, if that's the case, if you're throwing away the functional part of it, so say the bristles of the brush or the razor, the razor blade of the razor, then that means that the handle serves a function of either carrying it a lot better or it's just ergonomically really good. Because otherwise, it's like, then I'll just carry that and I'll stick my comb to it and I'll put a rubber band around it, and it's just as compact as what that is. So I think that you've got to look into the affordances of how this thing is gripped and making sure that actually does something that's really, really beneficial, so that when I put a razor or whatever on it, then I'm like, yeah, this really makes sense. And I'm not just going to throw a razor in my bag, as an example.
The problem with it was, when we looked at it, we wanted to make something compact because we all the majority needed these utensils. So part of it was making sure that, do you have to throw away that whole handle? I mean, can we retain some of it and be able to reuse? And that was part of the reason we wanted to be able to get rid of that. And toothbrushes wear out, razors wear out, so it's something that has to naturally be disposable.
And your empathy might have suggested that maybe there isn't a need for a razor. If you're gone for a weekend trip, if I'm going on a biking trip for a weekend, I'm actually not worried about it. So your empathy might have revealed those kind of things as well.